We all go through moments when we feel our life is in disorder, that we are drifting, that something is not quite working. We feel lost, scattered, trapped in habits that lead us nowhere, chasing things that, when they arrive, do not fulfill us. And we look for the solution in 1,000 places, without realizing that many of the answers have been written for 2,000 years. The ancient Stoics were not theorists locked in a tower. They were practical men who lived through wars, losses, exiles, and all kinds of adversity, and who developed a philosophy for one single thing: to live better. Not to speak beautifully, but to have real tools with which to face life with calm, strength, and meaning. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, left us a practical manual to order the mind and life, and the best part is that anyone can apply it today. In this video, you are going to discover 6 Stoic practices that can change everything. 6 concrete changes that, if you apply them, will start to bring order to your life from within. They are not theory, they are actions you can start using now. Stay to the end, because the last practice is the one that holds all the others. Let us begin. The first practice to fix your life is the most important in all of Stoicism: to separate what depends on you from what does not. A large part of the disorder and suffering of a life is born from spending our energy in the wrong place, fighting against things we cannot change while neglecting the only thing that is in our hands. We agonize over what others think, over the past, over the future, over 1,000 circumstances we do not control, and we are left without strength for what we can truly move: our own decisions and actions. Epictetus opened his manual with this idea because he knew that in it lay the key to an ordered life. There are things in your power, your attitude, your effort, your choices, and things that are not what others do, the final outcome, what already happened. When you learn to pour all your energy into the first and to calmly release the second, your life begins to order itself, because you stop wasting yourself on impossible battles. The next time something overwhelms you, ask, does this depend on me? If the answer is yes, act. If it is no, let it go. This single question, applied each day, can completely transform your peace and your life. The second practice to fix your life is to stop blaming others and take responsibility for your life. It is comfortable to think that others, the circumstances, bad luck, the past, are to blame for how we are. But as long as you place the cause of your problems outside yourself, you also place the solution outside, and you become a powerless spectator of your own life. The Stoics taught exactly the opposite: that although you do not choose everything that happens to you, you are always responsible for how you respond. Epictetus, who lived as a slave, said that blaming others for your misfortunes belongs to the uneducated, blaming only yourself belongs to the one who begins to learn, and blaming no one belongs to the one who is already wise. To take responsibility does not mean carrying blame that is not yours. It means recognizing your power, understanding that, whatever happens, you have the last word on what you do with it. The moment you stop waiting for the world to change and start acting yourself, you recover control of your life. Stop saying you cannot because of this or that, and ask, what can I do, from here, with what I have? That is the question of the one who fixes their life instead of lamenting it. The third practice to fix your life is to learn to live in the present. A large part of our unhappiness is born from living anywhere but in the now. We spend the day trapped in the past, repeating mistakes and regrets, or anxious about the future, imagining problems that do not yet exist. And meanwhile, life, which only happens in the present, slips through our fingers without us truly living it. The Stoics insisted that the only moment you truly possess is this, the now. The past no longer exists and the future has not yet arrived. So to live outside the present is to live in places that are not real. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that every man lives only this vanishing instant, and that to lose it by being in another time is to lose the only thing he has. When you learn to anchor yourself in the now, anxiety lessens, because anxiety always lives in an imagined future, and you begin to truly enjoy what you are living, instead of missing it by thinking about something else. Practice returning to the present again and again. When you eat, eat. When you talk with someone, be truly there. When you work, focus on what is in front of you. Life is not at the end of the road. It is in every step. Do not miss it living in your head. The fourth practice to fix your life may sound dark, but it is one of the most transformative: to remember that you will die. We postpone, we get distracted, and we waste our days because, deep down, we live as if we were eternal, as if there would always be a tomorrow to truly begin. But the Stoics looked death in the face every day, not out of morbidity, but as the most powerful medicine against laziness and meaninglessness. They called it memento mori, remember that you are mortal. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he could leave life at any instant, and that this idea should govern everything he did. Because when you truly feel that your time is limited, two things change. You stop giving so much importance to trivial things, to grudges and small worries, which become ridiculous before the immensity of death. And you begin to live with urgency and with meaning, to do what truly matters instead of postponing it forever. The awareness of death does not fill you with sadness, it fills you with life, because it gives value to each day. Ask yourself, if I knew my time was short, would I be spending it the way I spend it now? Let that question push you to live better today, to stop postponing, to fix what you need to fix. You do not have infinite time, and that, rightly understood, is the best news for beginning to truly live. The fifth practice to fix your life is to train gratitude. We live in permanent dissatisfaction, always looking at what we lack, what we would like to have, what others have. And in that endless race for more, we completely forget to value all that we already have, which is almost always far more than we think. The Stoics actively practiced gratitude as an antidote against that dissatisfaction. Marcus Aurelius began his meditations giving thanks for the people who had taught him, for what life had given him. And they had a powerful exercise to imagine from time to time that you lose what you have, your health, your loved ones, your home, in order to realize its true value and stop taking it for granted. Gratitude does not change your situation, but it completely changes the way you live it, because it focuses your mind on abundance instead of lack. And the mind that focuses on what it has lives far more fully than the one that only looks at what it lacks. Devote a moment each day to recognizing 3 things you are grateful for, however small. You are alive, you breathe, you have this day. When you learn to value what you already have, you discover that a large part of the happiness you were chasing outside was, in reality, waiting for you at home. The sixth and final practice to fix your life, the one that holds all the others, is to act according to your values. For the Stoics, the only true source of a good life was not in money, fame, or pleasure, things that come and go and that we do not control, but in virtue, in living with integrity, in accordance with what we know is right. A life is truly fixed when you stop chasing only the external and begin to live coherently with your principles. Ask yourself what kind of person you want to be, what values you want to guide your acts, honesty, courage, justice, kindness, discipline, and then strive each day to live in accordance with them. When your acts match your values, something appears that no amount of money or recognition can give, the peace of a calm conscience, respect for yourself. Marcus Aurelius demanded of himself to be of one piece, the same in public and in private, faithful to his principles even when it cost. That coherence is the foundation of a solid life, because it does not depend on what happens outside, but on how you choose to act. In the end, you do not control what life brings you, but you always control how you respond to it. And by always responding from your values, you build a life to be proud of. Live with virtue, act with integrity, and your life, whatever happens, will always be in order within. We have walked through the 6 Stoic practices that can fix your life together. Control what you can and release the rest. Take responsibility for your life. Live in the present. Remember that you will die, practice gratitude, and always act according to your values. If you notice, none of these practices depends on your circumstances changing. They all depend only on you, on your way of thinking and acting. And there is the best news, that the power to order your life is not outside, waiting for luck or the perfect moment to arrive, but inside, available right now. You do not have to apply them all at once. Choose the one you need most today and start practicing it. Just one of these ideas, brought to action each day, can already begin to transform your life. Remember that the Stoics did not seek a perfect life. They sought to live well with what life gave them, and that is within reach of anyone who decides to try. Do not wait for tomorrow, or for Monday, or for everything to align. Life is fixed with small steps taken today. If this video added something for you, give it a like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every night. And remember, you do not control everything that happens to you, but you always control what you do with it. Start today. See you in the next one. Take care.